Ahoy, morning brothers. Happy Monday and welcome to our show. We've got a full house today, and I can't wait to get started. We have Boss Man Matt.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy to you, Boss Man. We have Jackson.
Ahoy.
Ahoy. Welcome to Monday.
I know. I'm more energetic than I usually am on a Monday. So
You are looking pretty fresh.
We're locked in, yeah.
Looking pretty fresh. Next to me, we have John the Voice.
Ahoy.
Ahoy to you. We're wearing your Brat Gold. I've got one of those. They look freaking good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah. We have SPP because we could do nothing without SPP.
But we took his
He
microphone
has no
away.
microphone.
No microphone.
So here's what he said. Yes.
We need to get him a soundboard for these days. He can respond that way.
Excuse me.
He's got some buttons over there you can push. I don't know what's all on them, but you can make a graphic.
You can make it laugh. You made it rain earlier.
Yeah, there you go.
Making it rain right now.
Before, I'm afraid that if I don't do this now, it may not happen.
Yeah, correct.
So, the Southeast Iowa Video Network is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
It's Casey and all the gang over at KCTC. And the Morning Breath crew, the 5 of us this morning are sponsored by, powered by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Willie.
Willie.
Thanks, Willie, and all that.
I like the brought to you by. I like that.
Brought to us by. Okay. Well, we'll go for it as long as I remember it.
You can really put your radio voice on.
I was.
You could try. We are powered. Morning Breath this morning is powered by a little caffeine from Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh. Read it like a newscast.
I don't know. I haven't read that in
Maybe ever.
310 episodes.
Right.
Maybe ever.
So I was gone Thursday.
Yes.
Tried something new. I called in.
You did, and you threw me off.
I did.
It
Well,
totally threw me off.
kind of my goal.
That was the point. So it worked. It worked beautifully.
It put a smile on my face. I don't
So
know anybody else.
well, and I don't know. You probably went back and watched it back, but it came in, and I'm like, Tim's calling.
Tim's calling.
should I answer? Everybody,
Always.
there was a unanimous yes that I should answer. So we did.
So that was fun. Just a little. Well, I was trying to listen, and for whatever reason, my volume didn't work, and I knew where you were in the show, so I thought, well, I've got to interrupt you. I'm here, so let's try
The
this.
timing was great, and it absolutely interrupted. It
worked.
It threw off my whole train of thought.
My favorite part was you feigning that you didn't know.
Yeah. I thought it might have been done.
So that was Thursday. We were all off Friday. I don't know why I was gone. You were gone,
I was gone.
and we'd have Peter miming the show.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. He can't talk.
Hello. It is I, Peter. I would indeed be miming the show.
AI Peter. So I was in Des Moines for most of the time I was away, and I did not sleep well. I just the track. I was near 235. The traffic was loud. The sirens. The not the Harley motorcycles. The other ones that are
Dirt bikes.
No, the crotch rockets.
Oh yeah.
Just
Whining.
couldn't sleep. So that's what kept me up over the weekend. Is there anything, John, that kept you up?
That's the lead in.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll sit back and listen.
So to preface this, I texted Matt and Tim yesterday. I said, if there's a chair available tomorrow, I said I will be on the show. I said I have a lot to say. I can't say everything I said in the text verbatim. We are watching what is happening when Caitlin Clark actually gets a team around her.
Oh yeah.
And is not having to drag a team to the finals or wherever you would refer to her by herself.
Yeah.
Not
just,
that
just a nice little
one game does not
35-point victory.
yes,
Yeah.
like no big deal. But it's what I'm saying is if this is a sign of things to come, and we could talk a lot about the game and just the various facets of it and how they beat Chicago like a drum, which we'll get into that. But I think Peter has something here that I'm so over the national media and how they try to portray certain things. They want this thing to be a rivalry between Clark and Angel Reese so badly. Oh, Tempers Flare is hard foul.
Yeah.
I want you to watch this foul. The other angle shows it best. Hopefully we have that one too as well.
Right there.
Right here. This is the most common person going to the basket
With a wide open shot.
with a wide open shot foul that you will see. The amount of flopping and temper tantrum throwing by this clown who plays for Chicago, yes, I'm talking about Angel Reese, is absolutely ridiculous. Right here, you see, foul there. She throws herself to the floor. There's a point of contact. Clark makes it. The ball could have just went away to the line, 2 free throws, no big deal. But no, this absolute sideshow wants to sit here and do this and say, oh, I got fouled so hard, and come after her like she just did something horrible. May I remind you, last year, when these teams played and Clark received the ball in the inbounds, I should have had Peter have that video queued up because that would have been even better. Caitlin Clark receives the inbound pass, gets shoulder check almost like via a hockey along the boards type of action, Jack, and gets thrown to the floor, right?
And Angel stood up
And
on
Angel
the bench
stood up and began to applaud and began to clap, right, and do all this BS over on the sideline. I'm like, well, karma's kind of a you-know-what in that regard. But even then, it's not, because she didn't even get fouled like that. It was just a common foul. And so I was reading something, and I'll yield the floor after this real quick. Robert Griffin III tweeted out yesterday. I don't know if you saw this.
I did.
Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. It's staring us all right in the face, but people are afraid to say it. She won't answer questions about Clark, gets mad when people praise her for the explosion of popularity around women's basketball, celebrates when her teammates flagrantly foul Clark, goes after and tries to punch Caitlin Clark after a routine make them earn it foul. Again, she fouled Leah Boston with a push in the back that wasn't called. This
That's
is
what
not
I wanted to bring up.
Right.
The first foul against Leah was completely ignored.
And why did Boston get a technical for just simply holding the player
She actually,
back?
Aaliyah actually pushed Caitlin out of the way harder than she did anything to Angel.
He says it's not just hate, it's jealousy and resentment. And may I add to that long list of things, a lot of salt, if you will, now when they're trying to say, oh, well, there was, these things. There's no, Portnoy was talking about yesterday, there's no video of this. There's no eyewitness of this. There's no actual, oh, this is what happened. They're now perpetrating a rumor that there was, racial comments made and all this other stuff. And it's just like, hey, you're not that good of a basketball player. Owens ago, she had 17 rebounds. You know how many of those were actually on her own misses?
Her own misses.
Right? There was quite a bit, actually.
That's what I heard. She was upset because she didn't get 3 bounds off her shot.
Yeah, which she was
rebounds.
certainly probably in a position to do. But I'm like, you're not that athletic. You're not actually that good. You were on a stacked roster playing against a bunch of, aside from Kate Martin, we were just glad to be there, right? In that game. No business she should have been hanging there without Clark. So I'm just sick and tired of the narrative of wow, that this is such a tight race between these two, and it's such a it's not even that much of a rivalry. It's manufactured and created, and then when one gets beat like a drum, they want to do everything. And
Angel needs this rivalry to keep her relevant.
Great. She should be thanking Clark for keeping her relevant, because she's not that relevant. Besides the point, I know we're talking about her, so someone would say yes, but it's more so the love for Caitlin Clark. But that's what I got to say in round 1 of the rant, Tim. So
round 1.
Round 1.
I don't know. Jackson, any comments on that?
No,
It's an interesting perspective from Jack, because he hasn't lived all of this like we have in being in Wisconsin and Missouri. So.
Yeah, you're an Alabama fan.
And Alabama.
Well, I covered the team. I mean, it's just interesting. I mean, you see, there's things like this all the time across sports. I watched a whole long video about all of the different people who feuded with LeBron throughout his whole career, and it's kind of similar things to this, where it's players who aren't at his level, and that's what they do, or they try to kind of be an instigator. And so I guess I'm intrigued to see where this goes. Maybe that's the role Angel Reese takes, is she's the Caitlin Clark pest as her stardom kind of goes. But yeah, I don't know. It is interesting to your point of as women's basketball tries to grow, what the national media chooses to prioritize in terms, because they do this all the time across sports too. Yeah. They force things that aren't probably things. Actually things. Caitlin Clark doesn't really care about this. But Angel Reese maybe wouldn't as much either if it wasn't so perpetrated by the media and stuff and
news
feed into it.
I get in the news things that pop up, news alerts, if breaking news and all
Yeah.
that stuff happens, immediately I got a thing from, I can't remember what service it was. It says Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark feud continues or something.
Instead of like, hey, how about there was a triple double? And by the way, she already has the third most triple doubles in NBA or WNBA history, and she's only her first game as a second year player. She's going to own that record before the end of the year is over with.
Yep.
I mean, it's not even close. The entire narrative last year. I think that's what's ultimately bothering me, by people like Diana Taurasi and all these other.
They're kind of changing their tune.
I think they're
this
kind of
year.
coming around a little
They
bit.
have to.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
at some point,
Yeah, you
it's
don't
like,
have a- you don't have a
any
choice.
Right.
But it's like they've been drug kicking and screaming into the actual reality of things versus like, hey, why don't you just celebrate? And again, I won't go down this road, but it's like whether it's Caitlin Clark, who she is or what she represents or what she looks like or whatever else, like would this be would it have been as resisted, right? To get to where it finally is now, if it would have been different. It drives me crazy though, because it's like they're not on the same level. Reese can't even make fast break layups. There's like video documentation of this where she looks behind her to try to throw it back because and then the flopping. That she might have taken that from LeBron as well. But anyway, I'm just going to throw that out there.
I knew that.
I mean, come on. It was like someone was like shot by a sniper fire. You know what I mean? It was just, I cannot. And
Angels,
that's league wide.
Angels. She's a bigger player than Caitlin by far physically.
Correct.
So Caitlin could not have.
No.
There's not a chance in hell. Caitlin
You can
could
see it
do
in the
that.
video. It's like boom, the foul is there, and then the arms flail up, and then the lack of athleticism then throws herself to the floor or whatever else. I'm just like, man, enough. And then the fact that the refs. That was the other thing I was going to
yeah.
get to. That you upgraded that shit to a flagrant foul is so idiotic and so like cowering down and like, oh, we gotta stop this. Whatever. That was just a common foul. Anyone can see that. And Clark talked about it. And then you saw Reese's comments in the postgame. Oh, basketball play, refs got it right. Next question. Like, no.
Yeah.
No, not even close.
And then they tried to do a follow-up question, and the team shut it down. They
Yeah.
wouldn't let the questions come after that.
Of course. Because there's no valid answer.
No.
I thought it was funny. Remember last year when the All-Star, the WNBA All-Star played, was it last year? It
Yeah,
was.
beat the Olympics team.
And played the Olympics team.
Yeah.
They seem to get along well there,
Winning covers a multitude of sins.
doesn't
my
it,
friend
though?
always
So
said.
she likes to be on a winning team.
Sure.
She meaning Angel.
Yes.
She's such a class act.
Very classic.
That was the thing I really wanted to get to is the refereeing. So I'm kind of harsh on them anyway.
Yeah.
They missed a huge one against Leah, the Boston gal, Aaliyah. And just let that go,
Yeah,
and then
that's fine.
upgraded this.
Yeah.
So are they being told something from the league? Which if the league is telling the officials,
Who knows?
let's escalate this if we can, find a way to do that. That's complete BS, and the league should be scolded for doing so. We can only guess. That's just me throwing something out there. It's probably not true.
It'll get to a certain point too where it's what do you think is good for the growth of your game, and like the media has a part to play in that too. Is this really a rivalry? If Caitlin Clark, it seems like it's a pretty one-sided beef, and so like, yeah, how does that grow? I don't think you're really helping anyone here, helping grow the game at a certain point. Like
I don't think Caitlin has how am I going to say this? She's aware of what's going on.
She's so
and I think she pokes the bear a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
And it's
Sure.
just because she's like, you know what? Let's just do this a little bit.
But at the end of the day, too, like.
Which I'm okay with, by the way. But
But at the end of the day, you said it best earlier, Matt. You said Clark doesn't need Reese to gain popularity and success.
Right.
It's more one needing the other to remain relevant.
right.
There's you hit it on the head. This young lady from Chicago needs to be relevant. Mm-hmm. And she will use whatever tactic she
literally,
has
yeah.
to do it.
Literally said, like, it's not just about her. No, it kind of is. Because, by the way, name me one other game that the Sky are having to, like, use the Bulls facility.
Oh, right.
I can't think of one. I'll wait.
Right.
Well, the answers on that will be as silent as SPP today.
Only
I
when-
just, you know,
Only when Indiana comes to town.
right.
Wonder
Oh,
why.
Weird. Oh, strange. Also, did you see that the Thunder? Oh, that's another thing yesterday. Did you see that the Fever are launching their own streaming cast?
Oh, no.
So that you can actually just purchase theirs.
Oh, no.
Why do you suppose
boy.
that is?
Yeah.
Because people know that the reason why people are buying these packages is not because they want to watch the entire league for the most part. They
Yeah.
want to watch one team.
Yeah.
The numbers bear it out. It's like,
Oh, yeah. The ratings are astronomical
Yeah.
on Indiana Fever games.
yeah. But it's, you know,
Astronomical,
More than Clark.
especially by comparison. I mean,
You, Matt, you probably have every streaming service known to mankind.
I don't have that one, and I probably won't have that one. I watch them when they're on TV. I don't know if I'm going to go quite that far, but yes, I have a lot of them.
I had to bring that
I'll
up.
look forward to round 2 of this discussion after this over at the local coffee shop because you get all these old fellers that come in there and sit and they love to discuss Iowa women's basketball and specifically Caitlin Clark. It's actually quite. I wish we had microphones and cameras there because it would be. It gets really exciting.
This stuff is all mobile. SPP can take it.
I don't know if some of the comments that are made
I was
at
gonna
that
say,
table
I'm
can
not
actually
sure
be
that's a
aired on
good
live,
idea
whatever.
or not.
Yeah, probably not. It'd be a great. I
It'd
think
be fun
it'd be
to turn the lights on and just do the show and not be live.
I think it'd be well viewed, but you know,
Well viewed until they
gotta
took
think
it
about
down,
that.
until we weren't on the. On,
the ratings for that one show would be off the charts, but then the show would be gone.
Yes.
We better take a break. 7:31. We'll do that, and we'll be right back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back to our WNBA channel. We've changed. Just morning breath of the WNBA.
Yeah.
Well, we still could talk more about that, but I want to say that it's National Devil Foods Cake Day.
Today, there's pretty slim pickings today. Today is not an overly exciting day as far as the national days of.
Why don't we submit one?
We can.
If it's
We've
not
talked
exciting
about
day,
it.
it's
So-
Monday, May 19th.
So
why don't we submit this.
I think I'm sure
National
it was,
Angel Reese Caitlin Clark Beef Day.
Yeah, there you go. I think it was Ray that said it. I'm sure it probably was. But a lot of those things to get a national day of, you can submit it, but you also there's a paycheck that goes along with some of those.
Oh.
So these places are like, sure, we'll put your day on this list of whatever, but
we'll
if you exactly. So
Did you do
so we can have a day, but we got to have a fundraiser to do it. So
Okay. All right.
I might know a guy.
You might know a guy.
We should do one of those telethons where we have like one of the tables just has like 50 phones and you got people answering. You don't pledge $5. Thank you.
Thank you.
People are on 4 phones at once.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Be awesome. I do want to ask, is there any hellos we have to do?
yep. Jeff, Jimmy, Denise, Cindy, my mom just checked in. She says Ahoy a little late.
Ahoy to you all. I used Ahoy in Des Moines
Did you?
while I was away.
You ahoyed someone in Des Moines.
Many people.
Whoa.
Okay.
It's a good weekend.
I was in Minneapolis. I forgot to ahoy. I should have done some ahoying.
Especially, especially when you're away, out of our
I know.
out of our reach.
Out of
Me
the
and you, John.
jurisdiction.
We're
I know what you're doing. I'm Caitlin Clarkling you.
Clarkling?
Clarkling.
Clarkling?
She has the innate ability to poke the bear, as you say, Matt, when she wants.
Yes.
Usually is completely the high road.
Oh, yeah. But she knows what's happening.
You bet she does.
She knows what's
doesn't
happening.
Give one crap about that
No,
girl.
that's right. So you mentioned you were in Des Moines. So I was in Des Moines this weekend. So I had to go Friday to Ankeny for a meeting, and then I came home. And then Saturday, my wife says, it's actually on Friday night, she says, let's go to the iCubs game tomorrow. So she got tickets, and we went back to Des Moines, stayed downtown, right across from Wells Fargo, and went to an iCubs game. And I don't know a single person on any of those teams. I don't follow the Cubs. They played St. Paul, which I assume is the Twins. I don't even know what affiliation they have.
SPP is nodding.
Okay. So, and I don't know a single player. It doesn't matter. Just being on a ballpark on a Saturday night, it was a little cool, but not terrible.
Yeah.
And it was nice. And St. Paul came out as 4-0 at the end of the first inning. It was 7-0 at mid-4. Iowa came back. It was 9-9 in the ninth, in the bottom of the ninth, and bases loaded. I don't know how many outs there were. A guy gets up, jacks it. I thought for sure it was a walk-off grand slam, which would have been awesome. It wasn't. It hit the bottom of the fence, but from where I was sitting, it was. I couldn't tell that. But scored the run and they won. And so it was still a walk off. But it was
fun.
I thought for a minute it was a walk off grand slam to win the game, and I thought this is cool.
You don't get to see that.
No.
Yeah.
There was quite a few people from this area that were at that game. I saw some different posts. On
Yeah,
social media, whatever.
and it was
So,
just
yeah.
totally random. I mean, there was no State's just like, we don't got anything going this weekend. You want to go to an iCubs game? And we usually go. We try to go once a year ish at least. But I don't know if I'm sure y'all been there, but it's a beautiful park, and it wasn't overly crowded. We've been there where it's been really crowded, which is great for them, but it wasn't overly crowded, and it's a great weekend.
They're trying to. They have a contest to rebrand their team. I heard that.
Are they doing it's
Yes.
the Tonight Show one, right?
Something like
Yeah, where they're doing like I heard about this too over the weekend where they say like you can't ask any questions, but for one game we get to come in and completely rebrand the team and do whatever we want as like a promotion. And I think it's gosh.
It's not specifically iCubs. That's all minor league baseball. Just anybody takes them up on it, right?
Yeah, they're all, you like submit it and they pick, I think they're picking one of them.
That's cool.
Who's the guy? John, the British guy who does the late night TV. John Oliver.
Yeah.
I think he's the one running it.
I don't stay up that late.
Yeah. But a bunch of teams are like submitting it. And so
Well,
I think they're doing like everything. Like they'll change the name for a game, their own jerseys, like
So Iowa does that. The Cubs do that I don't know if they do it every year, but they have like the Iowa caucuses that they call themselves.
Oh, that's fun.
For one game a year because obviously why. But they also have the Iowa Oaks that they've done, and they have Demonios or something like that. It's the Spanish tribute, whatever. But New Jersey, I bought a hat that's a Devil Demonios thing.
that's cool.
Because I'm not I don't.
You're a badass.
I don't hate the Cubs, but I'm not really a Cubs fan, so I didn't want a Cubs.
Instead of Boss Man Matt,
Cubs
he's
hat.
now El Diablo.
Yeah, exactly. And I got a big tattoo. I'm just not going to show you.
Yeah.
Now that would be a promo. For
There you go.
Hey,
Yeah.
if we get $700,000.
Matt will reveal the
Matt
tattoo.
will take off his shirt
And for $10,000, he'll get another tattoo.
yes, live on
air.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah, it just says mom.
You'll have a jar
Right
of
on my
salsa-
heart,
you'll have
baby.
a jar of salsa tattooed right on it.
I was just I forget who it was. I think it was a football player. I learned got a whole back tattoo had to be put under for it.
Oh.
And like it took it was like multiple hours, multiple artists. It's really cool. I forget who it was. I'll try and look it up. But yeah, had to be put. I didn't know that was a thing. Put under.
I'm sure if you pay enough money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would not think that. I thought
I'll try and find it.
They would not do something that large in one sitting. It usually takes more than one sitting.
think-
I know nothing about it. I don't have.
Well, maybe sometimes
I got
because
no
of the
ink.
tolerance level of people's like pain tolerance or whatever else to get through something that long or a session, or the artist's actual like hand themselves or whatever. But
It is Anthony Richardson, the Colts quarterback.
Yeah.
It's put under for it. I'll try and find a picture.
I've heard that usually it's multiple sessions if they have to go that long.
He also got the NFL logo, which is one of my favorite things when athletes get something that just has the logo of the league in there. It's like the Rob Lowe NFL hat.
Yeah.
You see them wear. There's the
oh yeah, that is extended.
very detailed.
Is that like wearing the band T-shirt of the concert you're at?
Exactly.
You can't do that.
Yeah. Exactly.
True.
It's tattoo talk.
Tattoo talk.
In horse racing news,
Journalism wins.
Journalism wins. They're back. They're relevant. Journalism,
Huge.
First time for everything.
The horse. I mean,
No.
journalism is not. It's all good.
What's a horse but a metaphor for
reality?
reality?
Journalism's not dead. We need it.
Is was that the
Preakness.
Preakness.
And Belmont is next. That's
Yeah.
the longer one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I somehow think
I'm
Belmont.
with you, Matt.
Yeah. Okay.
Somehow
It is,
think
yeah.
Belmont is the longer.
The most interesting,
I believe so.
the most interesting fact I found out about the Preakness this weekend was that it's in Baltimore in the same general area that The Wire was shot. Where the track is.
At the Wire.
The Wire. It's
show?
The show. I haven't even watched it all, but it's like gangs and drugs and cops and the whole thing. It's rough. Apparently, it's a rough neighborhood. So inside you're fine, but you come out and all your tires are gone off your car.
Very similar to what
why
we
you
have
Uber.
here. Very similar to what we have here on like South Main here in Washington.
Right.
A hub for activity.
That was a joke. Anyone who lives on South Main, I have no idea.
There is no South Main.
Exactly.
South Main runs east and
Thank
west.
God you said South Main,
Yeah,
because it
exactly.
doesn't exist.
So there is no South Main.
You said South Marion.
So if
now
someone
you're
would have
in
been
the
offended, they would have chosen to be offended. It exists. All right, got it.
All right, 7:42. 7:42.
742.
We've got to get set for the day. So let's do that. SBP.
Oh, well, we need to take a break,
Oh, take a break,
and then we'll do that.
and then we'll come back to get set for the day.
Let's get set for the day.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back to this male-dominated Monday show.
Hey, but we were talking about the ladies a lot,
We
though,
did,
you know?
a little bit. I wanted to make mention that, Iowa baseball is pretty good.
They are.
We got run by
Oregon.
But Oregon, man, are they a good ball?
Well, one of the podcasts I listen to, one of the Iowa beat writers that covers Iowa baseball, he says Oregon's won like 17 of the last 19. They may be the hottest team in the country right now.
Get hot at the right time.
Yeah,
For sure. That's what it's all about in college.
So I didn't know, Jeff, I didn't know that Arkansas was playing good ball. So that should be, the Big Ten tournament should be going on about now.
It starts tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep. And he says maybe Arkansas and Iowa will meet in Omaha. So the Big Ten tournament's in Omaha, so Iowa will be there for that. But that's of course the National World Series, the College World Series in Omaha, and it's pretty outside shot that Iowa makes it.
That.
Yeah. As good as they are, it's still an outside shot.
Well, I don't know how you get there. Do you have to win the Big Ten to get there?
So they do. Not everybody does. So the Big Ten will probably get 3 or 4 teams in. But it's
we should be at least second or third.
We're third. We finished third because we got swept and Oregon
State would be
not
second.
Just Oregon
Or UCLA.
They're third. I think UCLA and Oregon tied for first, which puts Iowa third.
Okay.
So they'll both get in, and they say the USC is probably going to get in. But it has to do with RPI. I'm not going to pretend like I know all this stuff, but Iowa's RPI is not that. It's just because of the teams they played and whatever. So and beat, and they lost to some weird like Western Illinois in the middle of the week games, and so
we were resting some guys.
Yeah.
But they'll have to play, like they'll probably have to go somewhere and play a regional, then a super regional, then they'll make it to Omaha.
Alabama ever make anything baseball?
Alabama's good at baseball. I think they have a really good team this year. And then softball,
that's going on now.
Yes, softball is in the so in softball, Texas A&M was the #1 overall seed, became the first team in 20 years to be the #1 overall seed and lose in the first round. They lost to Liberty. So they're totally out.
Nighty night.
Yeah. So a lot of softball upsets. The softball postseason is very fun.
It is
because you have the 3-game series, and like you get a lot of times it's just one pitcher that gets hot, and in softball because it's more natural, you can pitch for longer and do like back-to-back games and stuff, and so you get to know the characters a lot more in softball. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. It is. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fun. The playoffs are fun. Missouri was terrible this year, unfortunately, but what can you do?
They were good last year.
They were. They almost made it to Oklahoma City is where they do.
How do you know that?
I just know. I don't know.
Okay.
They were. He's right. I mean,
I've got family down there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I was going to say, do you follow Missouri softball?
Tim's line is like from Game of Thrones. I drink and know things. Like
I just know things.
I just know stuff.
I drink fine wine and know things.
7:48 is time to get set for the day. SPP.
Yes.
He says yes.
Let's get set for the day. It is Monday. It is the 19th day of May, and this is episode 313. Temperature right now in Fairfield, 54. Mount Pleasant, 54. And Washington lagging behind a little bit at 52. We'll catch up.
Did you know it's National Max Ray Day?
What is that?
Do you know what that is, Boss Man Matt?
Only because I looked it up.
I did too, because I didn't know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'd like everybody to know that you know things as well.
Supposed to go outside and soak in the vitamin D sunshine.
Right,
that we don't have today.
How am I supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Cool breezes, man.
It's going to be a
More
little
vitamin
rough
D from
today.
the studio light than
Exactly. Rain this morning before turning cloudy this afternoon, and then more rain tonight. High of 65 and a low of 55. Today's headlines from SoutheastIowaUnion.com. Fairfield FFA hosts Ag Day. Cruise night season rolls into Mount Pleasant with record turnout. And Kyoto-based candidate isn't running against Miller Meeks.
Just kidding.
Yeah, he signed up to do it on mistake. He's filed all his paperwork to run against Miller Meeks, and he meant to run for state rep and not U.S. rep.
Oh, jeez.
And filed the paperwork in the wrong
So
place.
glad that guy's not actually running.
Well, not against Miller Meeks. He is going to run for a state legislature.
If I was competing against that guy, that would be the first and most like. Do you really want some? And again, I know nothing about this guy, so maybe he's a wonderful person. I have no idea. But I'd be like, do you really want somebody who doesn't even know what form to fill out to run to be in charge of whatever?
Well, you can read about this gentleman in the Southeast Iowa Union because there's more to that story as well.
Okay.
But he filed some incorrect
shameless plug, Matt. All right, very good.
It's right there.
Right there. On Thursday paper that I didn't get.
Because you were gone.
I was gone.
Yes. Sports golf district meet. The Washington boys are in Manchester today, assuming they'll get that in. Fairfield girls start regional soccer tonight at home, and it's baseball season, boys and girls. The Fairfield baseball team is traveling to Grinnell, maybe, unless they get rained out. But baseball season starts.
Gotta get the stocking cap back out.
Yeah, no kidding. This day in history, on this day in 1884, pre-SPP, the Ringling Brothers opened a small circus in Baraboo, Wisconsin.
I saw that.
What was that?
I said, but not pre-Tim.
But and by the early 1900s, it transformed it into the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, the leading American circus.
I had no idea.
1884.
I had no idea that started in Baraboo.
Baraboo, Wisconsin.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Watch The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, there. Yes, that's right. All right.
I should. I'll add to my list.
Random joke, random quote, or random fact.
You ever watched The Greatest Showman?
No.
I have that
Should watch
on a
it. It's a great
CD.
movie.
Really? A DVD? Is it even Blu-ray?
It's not Blu-ray. I do.
I have
The Greatest Showman on DVD?
Yeah, can I bring it in? I'll let you watch it. Do you have anything to play it on?
No.
I didn't realize that movie was that old.
I have it.
I
I'm very
don't know.
confused.
Boy,
right now.
I-
He didn't say VHS tape. It's still
Yeah,
a
but-
DVD. But
Okay. Yeah, I suppose.
Let's see what year. I'm looking it up.
random joke, random quote, random fact.
Random quote.
Random quote from Babe Ruth. So that just sets the stage right now. Babe Ruth said, "Sometimes,
tell you.
sometimes
something.
when I reflect on the beer I drink, I feel ashamed."
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
That's all right. Sometimes when I reflect on the beer I drink, I feel ashamed. Then I look into the glass and think about all the workers in the brewery and all their hopes and dreams. If I didn't drink this beer, they might be out of work and their dreams would be shattered.
That's so real.
Never once.
Oh, that is the best quote ever.
I have never
used
once
that.
considered that when I drank.
I know.
But you will now.
But you
Yeah.
will now.
From now on, for the rest of my life.
And I suppose
Here,
I should
here.
have 5 more of these.
Here. Dilly dilly.
Thousands of beer brewery
Wait.
workers.
Can I read that quote again in the voice Tim was doing?
Do it.
This is the
This is Babe Ruth.
This is the original version.
Sometimes when I reflect on the beer I drink, see, I feel ashamed. But then I look into the glass and think about all the workers in the brewery and all their hopes and dreams, see? If I didn't drink this beer, they might be out of work. Their dreams would be shattered. Shattered.
Shattered, I say.
Yeah, then he uses a Tommy gun because they all had those.
I knew you could do that. I knew you could do that.
Yeah, see?
All right, everybody. Jeez.
I want to go back to that.
Yes.
Show that
I'm going to go order a coffee after this. Whip me a nice chocolate latte, please. Put some sugar on it.
didn't exist.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. All right.
It's George.
The Greatest Showman 2017. So I am a little surprised that you have a DVD copy of that.
Yeah, I don't.
Or do you?
That was 8 years ago.
Are you saying you have the CD of like the soundtrack from the movie?
No, it's the movie. You can watch it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to need visual evidence of this. Man, a
shall
picture in a
bring
group
it
chat
in.
later. No, just send a picture in the group chat.
There was 8 years ago. There were DVDs.
I guess that's true.
I think we were switching over to Blu-ray about that time, but
Yeah, I don't know. I was
Well, I had Blu-ray. I mean, I remember I got like a PlayStation in 2014, and that was a big deal because you could play Blu-ray on that. Like you could put Blu-ray discs in there, and it would work.
Huh.
So yeah.
All right,
suppose.
everybody but SBP. Take away.
Oh.
Boss man?
apparently I need to make my appointment for my salsa tattoo. So that's it.
I think you're right. I think that that should be tops on your list.
And the jar will say "Mom" on it.
Well, it actually should say Tim. For Tim.
Just for Tim. For Tim.
Jackson?
My takeaway is don't assign weather-related days to one day of the year, because if you're going to have National Max Ray Day on a rainy day, you look like a clown.
Yeah.
So
It just really wasn't
Doesn't
the
make
best idea.
sense.
But if you got $1 million to burn, you can make it that day.
yeah. And that my bonus takeaway is that we should have a telethon to have a day.
Bingo. John the Voice.
I'm going to just piggyback what he said. Makes you look like a clown. Clown of the day, Angel Reese. Okay, that's my take for the day. Straight haterade in this glass. Yeah, gentlemen. All right.
We're still, as a group, trying to put together your exact feelings on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure
It is
It's gonna
unclear.
take some more shows to get this figured.
what side of the beef is.
My takeaway is that Jackson really was a mobster in his youth.
Yes.
And he has an innate ability to talk like Bugsy Mills.
You'll never come near Jackson and the Suggins gang. We'll rob a train, we will.
That's just awesome. There's my takeaway.
Striped suits and like full on fedoras for everyone next show.
I have a monocle. I must have a monocle.
Love it. SPP, you're out. You're off the hook today. Thank you for doing all you do over there in silence.
I love the camera shots to him every time. It's beautiful.
Thank you all for joining today.
Hey, quick little thing. Surprise guest tomorrow.
Oh, who?
Can't tell you.
It's Angel Reese.
It's Angel Reese.
We're settling this beef. We're squaring it away right here, right now.
I'll be here.
Went right back to the Roaring 20s. Well, I'm excited to be here now tomorrow.
Surprise guest.
Okay, so, geez, check in. Listen in, comment. I don't know. We'll all learn who this will be when tomorrow comes. So, thank you for joining today. We're looking forward to tomorrow's show. Until then, ahoy.